guys, welcome to PHASE-REV's first edition of podcast. Today will be a special edition for badminton. Joining us today will be Vishnu Paura.
Hello.
Vishnu, good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling about joining us today?
I'm excited. I want to see what this is, what you're doing.
Alright, so why don't you give us a little intro about yourself?
Okay. Yeah. So my name is Vishnu Paura. I used to play badminton for Karnataka. I represented Karnataka several times. I've been playing from the age of 6 or 7 up till the age of 20.
So what made you stop badminton and pursue a career into the corporate?
So I wouldn't call it corporate first. I work now as a industrial designer. So that's a different thing from just corporate.
Yeah.
But I think my main reason was not getting enough support at the right time with the right people when it was most necessary. For this, I had to look for other places. So I also trained under Hanjian, who was the former world champion in Malaysia.
So how would you describe your experience in badminton? And if you put it in like one line, your badminton experience from the age of 6 to age of 20, how would you describe that in like one line?
In one line, I would say a lot of learning, a lot of personal growth.
Who were these important people in your life who made an impact on you while playing badminton? These are your coaches, your mentors, parents, family. So who are these special people who you would like to thank for the growth you've seen in yourself, in your game, in your personality, and just as a human being? So who would you like to give a shout out to or give a special thanks to?
Sure. So I would say my first coach, that is Sanjay Shankar Narayan. He used to coach at KBA at the time. He was a NI certified coach. As my first coach, he taught me the strong foundations of the sport. Then I would say Hanjan, of course. He taught me the best technique that there is to play badminton. And Ganguly Prasad, who was Gopichand's coach, and I had a good opportunity to train under him for 2 years at Sports Authority of India. And to put this all together, I think both my parents were supportive from the beginning and letting me be myself and keep playing as long as I could.
That's a lovely answer, very well framed actually. So you were ranked number 1, right, in the state quite a few years back at the junior level. So how would you describe the Indian sports structure as it is right now for badminton? So what would you say? Is the foundation strong enough? Are the foundations, do they need some work to be done on it? How would you describe that?
Well, I can tell you from my experience up till 2017 or 18, because that's when I was playing at my best. So what I found was having support at the grassroots level with experienced coaches who are open to suggestions and coaching a player according to their strengths needs to be built on, because each player is different. But some coaches, they tend to follow a template which doesn't work for many players, and mostly whoever it works for, they go ahead and become better. They get favored from other big organizations and get sponsorship and get to play.
Vishnu, now coming back to the game of badminton, what would you say are 5 fundamentals each player needs to perfect before coming into the game of badminton? And obviously we'll have a small show of drills and like some sort of masterclass from you. But first let's understand, what are these 5 fundamentals that each badminton player needs ingrained in his head before starting the game or while coming into the game as a beginner?
Okay. As a beginner, I would say first thing is don't worry about the equipment you use. Just play because you like the game. Then the first few things that maybe you can learn are how to have a good warm-up and how to have a good stretching before and after playing. And playing wise, I would say you can learn to do a good service first. You can learn the basic strokes of toss, lift, and basically what it is, just keep practicing it and don't expect results obviously too fast.
Yeah, so Vishnu, how about you show us, how do you hold the racket first? Like that's where you start, right?
Sure.
So to the camera, so you could show us, how do you hold the racket?
So to show you just like this, you can see this is one angle, it's like this. So typically people may tell you to hold it like this, where your full palm is against the grip. But what I learned and what I've also observed many international players doing is that they always have a gap here that gives you leverage to play more close strokes. Even to use your fingers a lot, it helps you. But if you're holding it tight, you don't have that kind of range.
Oh, okay. Lovely, lovely.
So as I was talking about the grip, this is how I hold my forehand, and there's not much change in backhand. So if you see, my fingers don't change much. It's just my thumb gets more surface on the grip, and notice that I'm not keeping it flat. I'm keeping it on the side here. So this way you have more range. But if you keep it flat, then your wrist is restricted. You can't move it.
So Vishnu, you coached for a brief while yourself, right?
Yeah.
And so how, describe your coaching experience, and please do tell us about all the mistakes students make, and also what would you like to see the students improve in, and what are the basic strokes which students have to get right at the start before proceeding to an advanced level.
Okay. So my experience as a coach, since I like teaching, it was a very, very nice experience to have both children and adults being open to learning and doing all the exercises and interested. I would say some things that a player can focus on when playing. Can I show? Maybe I can demonstrate.
Let's go. That's what we're looking forward to. Vishnu will be showing us now.
Is that when you're in the center, I think people know that you have to be in the center. But when you're moving towards corners, it's important first to stay low. When you're low, you can move faster. But when you're up, you can't change direction fast. So first you stay low. And just when the person is hitting, you have to do a split jump. This jump helps you move faster. So if I'm here, if a shuttle comes here, I go like that. I'm back here, I do a split jump and go back. So split and then go back. And this has to be very fast. So it has to be fast from the center, like that.
You just showed us a pretty good implementation of the split step and moving. So is there any drill which you would like to teach me, which will enable me to move faster and perfect my split step actually?
Sure. Okay, so first I'll explain you how I can make you do it, and then you can try it once. So the split step is needed when your opponent is about to hit the shuttle. So imagine I'm saying 1, 2. So 2 when he's about to hit, 3 is when you split. So when I'm going to say 3, you split and go in the direction. Okay?
So you're going to show me the direction of, you'll point your racket in the direction I should go to that corner.
Yes.
Perfect.
So the next thing I want to talk about is playing any shot from the back. So there are two things to keep in mind. One is your stroke and one is your leg movement. So firstly your stroke. So when you're here and somebody has hit back, could be that side or this side, it's good to stay sideways like this. And when you're about to hit, this hand should go back and you're twisting your body front to hit front like this. So you twist, then when the shuttle comes up, you twist like this, and then you hit your shot from as high as possible. So if I'm like this, I'm here, shuttle comes, I first twist, come here, and then hit. So here if you notice, I'm not using the full shoulder all the way here. I am tightening my wrist to apply the force. So here, that's enough to make the shuttle go back from here. Now to combine it with the leg movement, you always have to jump. So while jumping, the biggest advantage is that you can time the shot perfectly. So if I'm here, I'm waiting for the shuttle. I jump and hit. Or I'm jumping sideways. I'm coming from the center and then go back. From here and go back. Okay. So now Anirudh is going to demonstrate what I was talking about. He'll do the jump while hitting the shot along with the split step at the center. Okay, when you're ready, go. So here you also focus on coming back quickly. Ready? Come back with your feet. Okay.
Vishnu, coming to the most important aspect of a singles player's game, or even a doubles player for that matter, is the net play, right? We've noticed so many players are fundamentally struggling at the net. You want to achieve a greater control of the game. You want to have the game in the palm of your hand. That means you got to have a really good net game, right?
Yeah.
So, how did you face any struggles when you started out with your net play, and how did you overcome that? And how do you think younger players today who aspire to become greater badminton stars come over the weakness of the net and to get better control of the game?
So net play is the biggest thing people find difficult. People also find it difficult internationally in top level games because that's the only thing stopping you from hitting the shuttle to the other side. So I can show you a couple of things that helped me. So one tip that I can give when you're playing at the front is, firstly, when you play something in the front, keep your racket high as much as possible. Keep your racket high, and in case the shuttle is going lower, many people would try to take the shuttle from here, but their body is still up. So if you observe even international players, what works for them is, if the shuttle goes low, even you need to go low, because you'll have more control when it is closer to your body. Yeah. So if you see a player like Okuhara, she takes shuttles very low, or Tai Tzu Ying as well.
The center of gravity is very low, right, at that moment.
Yes. So, for example, I used to actually practice taking it low because not everybody has that skill. So, for example, if I'm getting a shot here, I would come here and take it low from here and play cross or play straight. So, there's both ways. You take it high here, as well as you can take it low here.
Lovely.
And go back.
But one fundamental moment you have, like, you always try to catch the shuttle as high as possible so that you get like a greater control over the rally, right? So could you show me how do you move towards that to take it as high as possible?
Yeah.
Including a split step, actually.
Yeah. So it starts with the split step and keeping the racket high. For some people it works to keep it here. That is their own style of playing. But the reason why you keep it high is because there's nothing coming in front of your leg. So racket is high, you can reach fast, but also there's nothing interfering with your movement. So if it's here, you first split, you push from back towards your direction. So you push and then come here and then come back here. This is typically what you learn. But in a game scenario, when you're here, you won't go back to the center. You would probably take one jump here. This helps you to spring into any direction based on your opponent. So from here, if I go here, I take one step. If shuttle goes there, I can immediately take it here. Or if it's again here, I'm right there to take it, or I can tap it.
But in a typical situation, you play the shot and you come back to the center and you split and you get ready for the...
No. What I mean is, if you are at the net, you played at the net, then you stay here.
So that you can reassess the situation and play any other shot after that.
So that you're close to the shuttle. But if you're going to lift, then you can come back.
I'll do the same movement like how you did right now. It's basically some sort of a masterclass. So tell me where I'm going wrong and where I'm going right, what I need to improve.
Yeah. So you can start with wider stance, little more wider. So for someone of your height, you can keep lower and go lower. Now you can split step come till the net. Yeah. Now, since you've taken it here and you probably dribble, just take one jump back. Yeah, and wait there. So if the person is dribbling it again, you're already close to the
To play another shot.
close
Here.
to play another shot there. Now you can probably try again now on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. Yeah, yeah, like that. Okay, so let's play a rally now. So you can see exactly how to apply it in a game situation. So here what you notice is that the moment I came back, the moment I took one step bigger than my initial step, the opponent had the advantage because I was not close to the shuttle. But in the previous step, when I was close, then I was always ready for the opponent's reply.
So how about we try that again?
Yeah. You see again, if I'm going back to the center while the opponent is still there playing the shot, then he is at the advantage. That's another thing you can do if you're close and you have the courage to tap, to be aggressive and take that opportunity. You can also tap. So let me show again. So when you're close to the net, while the opponent is playing a net shot, it's always an advantage, just like that. Okay, so we saw how to move to the net, but now let's see how to play the shot. So like I explained the grip, you keep the grip loose, you play with your fingers, and depending on how close you are to the net, you decide which direction to move the racket. So Anirudh can throw some shuttles and I can show you at this distance. You can see I'm moving it inside here, but the shuttle is still going little far, like that. That's because I'm giving too much of force. So this is where you start playing with the fingers and try something like this, where it can be slightly closer to the net.
Vishnu, now you'll be showing us how to play the same shot but with the backhand grip. And yeah, let's try it.
Yeah, let's try this side.
Lovely. Perfect. So Vishnu, what exactly changes from forehand to backhand when you're playing at the net?
So, so one common thing what I can say is try to keep it as close to this as possible. Now what you saw was still high. The opponent can tap it, but the more and more you practice, it needs to go here.
So how about
Like
we try three more?
Sure. Here's a fun game that you can play with your friends to improve your net game. So the rules are basically the shuttle should not cross the service line. So let's demonstrate.
One minute. One on.
Oh, nice shot.
2-1.
That is a record.
3-1. 2-3. Game point 3. What a winner, what a winner. So Vishnu, in badminton, when people think of badminton, it's normally about the jump smash and how fast the sport is, and hitting those aggressive shots on the baseline and all that stuff, which basically which makes you look a lot more cool and a lot more aggressive, and it's kind of like the cream of the sport. But also explain to us about the drop and how you can gain control in the game, and it's a very safe shot to play, the drop shot, right? So normally compared to the smash, the drop shot is very safe, and often you have more chance of getting a point with a drop than a smash, maybe to slow down the pace of the game. Or so, what do you think about this?
Sure. So a drop is a shot played from the back, either side. It's usually played either at a high level or at a lower level here. It is used to bring your momentum back on the court. It is also used to fasten the game or to slow it down depending on how you're being played by the opponent. So along with bringing back your own momentum into the game, a drop is used to put pressure on the opponent. Because when you play to the front of the court, you're reducing the time for your opponent to play compared to maybe playing a toss to the back. So depending on the speed of your drop and the direction of your drop, you can either neutralize the game or play according to your strategy. I can show you two types, one from top, one from a little lower, and how to move for that. Yeah.
Let's do that then. So Vishnu, now you'll be showing us how to play the high drop, low drop, forehand and backhand as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be serving the shuttle to you and you'll be showing us how it's done.
Yeah. Let's start.